So we are approaching the end of October, and I have been in the mood to draw something Halloween themed for weeks now. But I keep putting it off because I was working on other projects and I didn't have time, but now I do. So I want to use that time to create a witchy illustration. I don't have any set sketches or concrete plans for what I want the finished illustration to look like yet, and I thought it could be fun for us to walk through the whole process together. I know I always love watching other people draw and seeing the different stages an illustration goes through. If you like, you can also grab your own sketchbook and work on your own drawings while we chat. And we can have a cozy little art session together. So grab your pencils, grab a cup of tea, and let's get drawing.
So, when I started to brainstorm what I wanted this illustration to look like, the first thing that came to mind was a little bakery. And this is no doubt because of the thousands of aesthetic fall baking videos that have appeared in my feed this season. Like, I have seen so many cinnamon rolls and pumpkin bread and apple pie baking videos the past 2 weeks. It's not even funny. But I love them every time. They are so cozy and autumny. So, yeah, I had baked goods on the mind. But then when I started to think about what I wanted this bakery to look like, I thought it would be so fun to have all of these potion bottles and plants and books on the shelves behind her. And so, pretty quickly, I kind of pivoted to have this be more of an apothecary instead, and to just have this kind of plant witch character with just very cottagecore vibes, and have her brewing these potions that help the plants grow better, and have all these books on botany and different types of plants. So yeah, that's what this turned into. This is also really fun for me because I am a lab tech for my day job, so I work in a laboratory all day, and I had never really done a sciencey drawing before. At least I don't think I had. So this was really fun to draw all these beakers and test tubes and just things I surround myself with on a day-to-day basis. One of the things I've also recently started incorporating in my process is to start my drawings off traditionally, so to start drawing in my sketchbook before switching over to digital art. And this has really just helped me a ton with not being so precious about what I draw, and just help beat that perfectionism monster, you know? Another thing that's really been helpful is to take my own reference photos. So, for example, this pose is quite specific. I had this idea in my head of what I wanted this witch to look like. I wanted her to be holding this beaker and this test tube. And it was just like this very specific pose that I knew I wasn't going to be able to find on Google or Pinterest. So I just took a quick video of myself doing this pose and I screenshotted it. And that just saves me so much time and energy when trying to figure out poses for characters. So once I've sort of cleaned up my sketch from traditional to digital, and then also I tend to go over a few different times and different colors in my digital sketches, I kind of started filling in the background first. And this was so much fun for me. I used to be so scared to draw backgrounds, and I would only draw characters on just either plain colors or just blank backgrounds, which obviously is great too, and I still love doing that, but I really have been enjoying stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit with trying to figure out backgrounds. And this illustration is such a good example of why I had so much fun figuring out all the different little details I wanted to put on the shelves behind the character, and just drawing all these little labels and little potion bottles and plants. I even researched like a bunch of carnivorous plants so I could accurately draw those and put those on the shelves behind her as well. I'm really happy with how all those details turned out. One thing that also saved me a lot of time on this particular illustration is custom brushes, which is actually a new addition for me because I used to be a strictly traditional artist. I only drew using graphite for years, and I switched to Procreate I think 3 years ago now. And when I first started drawing digitally, I really didn't take advantage of the medium. I really just used my iPad the way I use my sketchbook, maybe adding in more color, but that's it. And recently I have really been trying to experiment with, like I said, different custom brushes and different blending modes, and just really taking advantage of the digital medium. And for this illustration, I actually think I created like 4 or 5 different custom brushes. So I created a brush to add in those leaves and the plant in the corner, and I created a book brush, which is a very common type of brush that I've seen a lot of artists create for themselves as well. And then the texture on the desk and hat, and I think the skirt as well, were created with another custom brush that's kind of like a textured flat brush sort of thing. One of the things that I really enjoyed about creating this drawing is just figuring out all the different details to put on the shelves behind the character. It took me so long to fill in all those empty spaces, but I think it was so worth it in the end. I don't know, I am just really happy with how this piece turned out, and I love that it has these little details that you can just keep staring at.
So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like it if you like, and subscribe if you want to make my day. And I will see you next week.